And welcome back to I Couldn't Agree with You Less. Jason and Simon. No Andrew here today.
First time
Yeah.
with only two people.
College stuff for Andrew.
Yes.
Don't ask. So we're just gonna start out by talking about the conference championships for the NFL playoffs, checking out the lines, and giving our thoughts on it.
My two guaranteed losses, both lost, or my two teams I guaranteed to lose, the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Yeah.
And that's all that mattered
Yeah.
for me going into the weekend.
I was big on the Eagles, and I really thought they were gonna beat the Saints. I really thought they were gonna beat the Saints.
We were talking about our perfect Final Fours
Yeah.
before we started recording, and you said your perfect Final Four was this, but minus the Saints plus the Eagles.
And if you just want good football, then it would be the Saints. But I think for entertainment value, Nick Foles and the Eagles,
It's a
so
crazy
far.
story.
That'd be the most insane thing ever.
What are the odds he starts over Carson Wentz next year, week 1?
I'd put it at 40%. I'd say
40?
right.
That's
Over
pretty
under
high.
40%. What do you think?
I would definitely take the over on that.
You take the over that Foles starts?
No.
Oh, okay.
I guess under.
Okay, yeah.
I think Wentz is going to start.
But I don't know. I think we have to think about trades too. Like, if anyone's getting traded, it's probably Foles. But
Oh, yeah.
still, I don't. Okay, I think it's probably lower than that too. But
They cost, I think, virtually the same next year if they have to re-sign.
anyway,
Or,
how long's Wentz out for?
he should be back next year, week
Should
1.
be. Okay.
And his rookie contract, I think, is only an $8 million cap.
Yeah.
And then Foles is like $20 million.
Yeah. But they've been playing so much better with Foles.
That's
It's
the weird part. That's the.
So you have to think that means matters for something.
I hate it because I'm such a big Carson Wentz fan. I want
Yeah.
him to be the one
I'm down on Carson Wentz. I think Jared Goff might be starting to pass him.
that.
Starting
Just in
to.
talent,
Starting
or in
to.
just real NFL quarterback,
Just like-
or fantasy.
No, not fantasy. Well, fantasy, but
Definitely
But
fantasy.
yeah, but in a real like NFL quarterback talent, I don't know.
Mm.
It's close because Carson Wentz put up that almost MVP season if
Right.
he just stayed healthy, but it's tough.
He probably would have won last year.
Yeah, he definitely would have. All right, so the first one, New Orleans. Okay, at Rams at Saints. New Orleans is
Yeah.
a -3.5 favorite.
And I mean,
That's a tough.
I have to stay with my Super Bowl prediction, right?
It was Saints over.
It was Saints over Colts.
Oh yeah, I remember.
But the Saints are still here. And
Yeah.
I'm taking them to beat the Rams.
That's fair, but I think Rams are winning this one. I had Rams over Patriots, and I'm sticking with it because it'd be a bummer to just not do that right now. But also, I just think the Rams are better. Like, I think it's kind of hot takey, but I think they might have a better offense than the Saints.
And the Saints, ooh.
I think they're gonna put up more points.
Which defense do you trust more, though?
Recently the Saints, but
That's what I'm liking.
recently the Saints. But I think the Rams, like, their upside on defense, I feel like is pretty good.
They have a coaching edge.
Yeah,
think
they
we can agree
have a
on.
coaching edge.
But I still
I
think,
don't know.
even though he either turned 40 recently or he's still 39, but
Yeah.
I still think Drew Brees is better than Goff.
I think that if they're gonna win, that's the overlying reason because he has so much more playoff experience than Goff.
Mhm.
There's a good chance he could just choke in the game. But I just love the overall talent of the Rams. So because they started off 8-0 and they were so good. But
What did you take out of the Rams' last game when they gave C.J. Anderson over 20
Oh, yeah.
rushing attempts with the healthy Todd Gurley?
I think they just knew they were gonna win, even though it was like a kind of close game. I think they maybe I don't know. Todd Gurley might still be a little banged up. I don't know about that,
Yeah.
but I think they just knew they were gonna win and they're gonna run Gurley a ton this game. So.
It felt like Gurley probably wasn't 100%
Yeah.
if they gave C.J. so many touches. But
Yeah, didn't they each get 100 yards rushing?
yeah. Twitter's been Saquon's the new #1 pick going into next year now
Oh
after
my
that
god.
game. According to Twitter,
Yeah.
Saquon is C.J. Anderson's going to be too much of a threat.
He was so good on the Broncos. I forgot about him.
And And then he got no chances on
Carolina.
Carolina and the Raiders. He was on the Raiders this year, but he didn't get a single
Really?
snap.
Oh, yeah. I guess I forgot what happened to him after Carolina. All right, so we
Making
divided on
difference.
that. New England at Kansas City. Kansas City -3 favorites.
This is tough. I want to go with Kansas City at home, but I don't. For the same reason I took the Patriots last week against the Chargers, I'm going to take them again just because I can't. Until they do lose,
Yeah, I
I'm
get
gonna
that.
take 'em.
So they've already beat them this season,
Mhm.
the Chiefs, which the better team because of Kareem Hunt
Yep.
technically. But if it was gun to my head, I'd probably take the Chiefs. But I don't know. I really feel like the Patriots are gonna win this because Tom Brady and all that playoff experience. New England's defense has been showing up a little more.
They destroyed the Chargers.
Yeah, their secondary is amazing. So, yeah, I'm taking the Patriots in a really, really close game. These are both.
I agree.
Which game do you think's gonna be better though?
Oh, I think the Well, these are both regular season rematches, and both of these games
Yeah.
were two of the best games of the year.
Yeah, I know they're so good.
I think I liked watching the Rams and Saints more last time.
Because they both have super high-powered offenses, and then Kansas City.
Is down.
Yeah, I feel like there might not be as many points in that game. So.
It'll be colder because
Yeah.
it's not
Oh yeah.
less offense.
Yeah. So both great games to watch though.
Yeah, both on Sunday, I believe. So
Yeah.
no Saturday games anymore.
And no matter what happens, the Super Bowl is gonna be super fun.
Yeah, there's no bad outcome.
Yeah, exactly. I think the worst outcome possible, I think would be. I would say New Orleans, New England, but Breeze and Brady would be awesome to see.
Yeah.
Kansas City, New Orleans, that's probably like the two consensus favorites. Then Kansas
Yeah.
City, Rams, everyone wants to see that.
Yeah.
So
E-
I don't
Either
know.
with either the Saints or the Rams being in it,
Yeah.
it's like a win-win.
I know, and then I think New England's the obvious least.
New Orleans, I
entertaining.
think, yeah.
I mean, New England is obviously the least entertaining team. For
So if it can be Kansas City, New Orleans, or Kansas City,
Yeah.
Rams,
Kansas City Rams will just be amazing. So much offense, not much defense probably. But yeah. All right, so are we gonna go on to Antonio Brown then?
let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff's been going on over the past couple days. Antonio Brown took the Steelers out of his Instagram handle and Twitter handle. Had a beef with Bruce Arians and Emmanuel Sanders.
Been hinting heavily at the 49ers. He posted on his
Super
Instagram
heavily.
a picture of half him, half Jerry Rice.
And then Jerry Rice came out and said he really wants to be a 49er.
And he
Then
started
the owner
falling.
said it would be hard to envision him on the team next year.
Yeah, and he started following the 49ers. Just really like weird stuff. that
So
happens.
So here's an interesting thing that I didn't even consider till I saw a tweet about it. What do you do with Jimmy Garoppolo if Antonio Brown goes to the 49ers? How much
In
of
fantasy?
a boost? Yeah, how much of a
Oh, I
boost
think
is
that's
that?
a huge boost because Marquise Goodwin's a pretty darn good wide receiver too. I
Great
think.
number 2. Well, I think he'd probably be the number 3 behind Gill.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about just wide receiver
Wide
wise.
receiver-wise, yeah.
But yeah, he has so
He'd
many
be an awesome
options.
number 2.
McKinnon's a really good pass catcher. He's gonna be coming back.
They still have Breda.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be Jimmy G's probably gonna be top 10 if Brown goes there. Antonio Brown's talent will. I mean, his fantasy production won't go down. Maybe a little less touchdowns. I'm not sure, but
Do you take, if Antonio Brown's on the 49ers, or any other team,
yeah.
him or Juju next year? With Juju getting that number 1
Antonio Brown.
Really?
You know how I feel about Juju.
I know how you
I
feel.
I think Antonio Brown, like, I don't know. Juju, you never know what could happen. Like, he could just get double teamed and kind of not shut down, but just slow down. And Antonio Brown, we know he's gonna put up 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns minimum. So,
I don't know if there's anyone as consistently great as him.
yeah, wide receiver. So
So the Steelers without Bell and Brown next
it's a
year.
weird team. And then, yeah, it's so weird. Like 2 years ago, if you said that, but now they have Connor and Juju. Connor and Juju is the second coming of Bell and Brown.
Oh, I like that.
I don't really believe it. But it's something.
I think Juju's the second coming of Larry Fitzgerald. But I wish Andrew was
Solid.
here to give us
Yeah, I know.
his super sad take on.
I know, he's so down on the Steelers. It's funny. What I think could happen is, since it sounds like the Steelers and Brown are kind of ticked off each other, it reminds me of Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs. And the funny thing about that was that the Spurs, everyone likes to say that the Spurs, you want to go to the Lakers, just like, which is a glorious team, just
Right.
like the 49ers from Brown.
Mhm.
But they sent him to a cold Toronto, the Toronto Raptors, and just maybe Greg Popovich is trying to piss him off. So maybe Antonio Brown goes to the Bills. This is my crazy prediction. I think if
That is, I've never heard that one.
if we're going up what happened with Kawhi Leonard and Popovich, I think that is a
Oh,
very
man.
outside. I think that's outside.
If that happens, though,
Like, that's never gonna happen. But that, I don't know. That
what
just
would the
reminds
Bills?
me.
Would the Bills want to give up so many future assets?
No,
For a
probably not. I mean, they love to have Antonio.
The
Sure, but
Bills.
it's like the crazy thing that could happen.
That would be awesome.
It just reminds me of Kawhi Leonard in that whole situation. So just wanted to throw that out there. If it happens, then I said it first. But anything else on that?
I think we got most of what
Yeah.
needed to be said about Antonio Brown. Mike Clay,
Yeah.
earlier, January 16th is this, yesterday, one day ago,
Oh.
released his updated Dynasty Fantasy Football rankings.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a controversial Dynasty guy in the past
I
because
did
of his...
not know that. But
He,
continue.
he is. It seems to be his specialty of more mainstream fantasy stuff
Yeah.
and not in-depth dynasty breakdowns. He's had Odell as the 101 forever.
Okay.
But that changed.
I hope it did. I'd be
I.
kind of disappointed if it did.
He's still the wide receiver 2 though, which I still disagree.
Yeah.
But
I'm not big on that.
I thought I'd just list off some players at some spots and see how we feel about them.
Okay.
And there's one I need to go
Yeah.
right away. At running back 20,
Okay.
where it is, and number 61 overall,
This guy high or low?
it's Darius Geis. At running back
Like 20.
20,
Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's insane. Like,
one spot ahead of him is Derrick Henry.
now that I don't hate. I
Ah.
really don't. I love Derrick Henry. I think both of them should be top 15. I
Here-
don't think it's crazy.
Here are guys who are ahead of Darius Geis. Will Fuller, Cortland Sutton, Baker Mayfield. This is not super flex. Baker Mayfield.
Cortland Sutton and Will Fuller. I'm not a fan.
Cam
At all.
Newton, Carson Wentz, Kareem Hunt
Oh god.
at 50 overall.
That is really a good bust.
Kareem Hunt's RB17.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I don't think we'll be seeing
Calvin Ridley,
Calvin Ridley. A nice sleeper. Not even a sleeper.
Sammy Watkins.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
Um,
Sammy Watkins.
just, I mean, he's got Sony Michelle up at RB, 14, 30 overall.
Yeah.
I would take Geis over Sony Michelle.
Yeah, no, I would too. I guess if I think about it, they're both. Would you say Derrick Henry's top 15 running back
Derrick
For-
Henry top 15.
for Dynasty? Yeah.
I wouldn't take him top 15. I think I've got him around. Oh, I can actually pull it up really quick.
Okay.
But here, let me.
Your controversial Dynasty ranking.
My God. Here are his top 10.
Yeah.
Saquon, Todd Gurley, Zeke Elliott, C-Mac, Alvin Kamara. That's in order. His top 5 are all running backs now. At 6 is DeAndre Hopkins. 7, Odell Beckham. 8, Michael Thomas. 9, Devontae Adams. And 10, Tyreek Hill. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running backs. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wide receivers.
Yeah, I like all of it except Odell should. I can still see him being top 10. Maybe not 6,
Mhm.
but I don't know. That's not that bad of a list. I'll give him that.
Other than that, some notable mentions are Mike Evans at 13 overall. Seems a little high to me.
I guess. I don't hate it. He's still like 27, 26.
He's 26, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It's tough.
Yeah. Okay.
George Kittle's up to 23, with Travis Kelce at 20 and Zach Ertz at 21.
I think Kittle should be the highest of all the tight ends, easily.
I think he's higher than Ertz.
But not Kelsey?
I think Kelce over the next 2 or 3 years is going to be like what Gronk was.
That's where we change it, though, because I like that longevity of Kittle.
Yeah, right.
Because you have him for 7 years.
And
starting next year, for all we know, he could be putting up better numbers than Kelsey. So.
Yeah, with Jimmy G back.
Yeah.
It could be like that. Le'Veon is up to 17. RB9.
Yeah, that's a huge question. Huge question.
His name isn't even highlighted. It says Le'Veon Bell. There's no page
Oh.
on it. Other than that, I'm looking for any other just like sticks out, and I'm not seeing too many. So it seems like a decent list. I am 100% against the Darius Geis ranking,
Okay, yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah.
So, do you want to go on to that comparison thing?
I
Because
do.
I have an idea for later after that.
Okay,
A little
alright.
twist.
So, here's what we're going to do. Via Pro Football Reference, I have brought the stats of 2 players next to each other. And I'm going to tell the stats without saying who the players are. And this is just for this year. Jason is going to first say which player he'd rather have going into next year. I'll tell you their ages too. That'll maybe help you guess a little bit.
You don't have to tell me their ages, but...
It might be super hard.
Okay, yeah.
So first Jason's going to say which one he'd rather have. Then he's going to take a guess at both of them.
Yeah. Alright,
Then
I
I'll
think I
reveal.
can get at this.
Okay. We've got 2 sets of receivers, 2 sets of running backs.
Are these... Okay, yeah. Okay.
So, okay, these 2 are both receivers. Their stats for this year. Player 1, 111 receptions, 1,426 yards, and 7 touchdowns. He played 16 games.
I already think I know who this is.
Player number 2, 113 receptions, so 2 more,
Yeah.
1,373 yards, so
Yeah.
a little less than 100 less, and 9 touchdowns, so 2 more touchdowns.
Ooh.
What are you taking, the receiving yards or the 2 extra touchdowns?
That's tough. I think I'm taking the 2 extra touchdowns by a tiny bit.
Ooh,
So, I'm guessing that 7 touchdown guy is Juju.
that is correct.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. 9 touchdown guy. Don't even tell me the age because I think I could get this.
Okay.
Is
Also-
it DeAndre Hopkins?
It is not.
Oh, okay. Michael Thomas? Okay, yeah.
Nope. The age actually isn't popping up, so it's good I didn't have to.
Okay.
That's Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen.
So you're taking Adam Thielen over Juju next week?
Yeah. Well, actually, okay, that's a really tough one. It was really tough to decide just with the stats.
They're so even.
Yeah, I thought that's such a toss-up. I'd have to do a little more research into that. It really depends on what happens with Antonio Brown.
It surprised me how similar they were based on Adam Thielen's start.
I know, he really slowed down. Yeah, it really depends on Antonio Brown. If he stays, I take Thielen by a little. If he leaves, I think I take Juju because of that huge upside.
I'm so in on Juju. I just might take him over
Yeah,
Thielen
I
straight
can
up next year.
see that. Alright,
Do you want to do one of the running backs or the second receiver?
let's do running back.
All right. This one I think is my favorite.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I don't want to go out of the lead, but I feel like Philip Lindsay might be one of the two. I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right. Player 1 played 16 games,
Yeah.
and he had 940 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. Player 2 only played 12 games, but he had 908 rushing yards, which is 38 less,
Yeah.
but 2 more rushing touchdowns, 9.
Okay, I know who that is.
Receiving wise, player number 1 blew player number 2 out of the water,
Yeah.
50 to 17
Receptions.
receptions.
Okay, yeah.
In terms of receiving yards, player number 1 had 446. Player 2 had 103.
Okay. So player 2, the guy that missed 4 games, is Melvin Gordon.
It is not.
Oh, Kareem Hunt?
It is not. And
Oh.
this player has
Oh.
more rushing yards than Melvin Gordon.
Missed 4 games? Oh, James Conner.
No.
Oh. This is actually really is not.
Do you have a guess for number 1?
Want Philip Lindsay?
No.
Okay. A lot of receiving. It's not Tariq Cohen. Not Jordan Howard. Okay. I don't know. I'm actually really stumped on this one.
Player number 1.
Give me their age. Give me their age.
This player is 27. Player number 1. And player number 2, I gotta look it up really quick.
Okay. No. Huh.
Player number 2 is 22.
Okay. The one that missed a lot of games is 22.
Yeah.
Not Leonard Fournette.
It's not.
Yeah, I know.
Leonard missed
He
like
missed
half
way
the
too
year.
many games. Huh.
Which player would you rather have, first off?
Oh yeah. So wait, can you say the stats again?
Player number 1, 16 games, 940 yards, 7 touchdowns. 3.6 yards per attempt. Player number 2, 12 games,
Yeah.
908 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 4.7 yards per attempt.
Yeah. And this is in fantasy, right? Which one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And the number 1 had 50 to 17 receptions.
Okay. And receiving yards and touchdowns?
Receiving yards, player number 1 had 446 and 3 touchdowns. And player number, I almost said his name by accident. Player number 2 had 103 receiving yards and 1 touchdown.
I gotta go player number 1, those receptions. The receiving end of that just blows.
Is it
Yeah.
relatively close?
You're making me think that player number 2 is a stud. Yeah, I'd say it's relatively close because you're gonna be starting someone for the other 4 games, so you already know.
Over 1,000 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Probably over 10 touchdowns.
Is player number 1 David Johnson?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
David Johnson is player
Okay.
number 1.
Okay, I thought he had a question. Player number 2. I feel like that should be the easier one because he's missed 4 games.
Yep. This one is, I love it. I love this.
I feel like, who is it?
Marlon Mack.
I would never have forgotten that. 9 rushing touchdowns. Wow. Okay, yeah, so obviously in real life I take David Johnson every time, and I'm glad I took him in the stats too. But yeah, no.
Marlon Mack.
That's surprising. I didn't know he did that well. 909? 900 yards,
9 touchdowns, yeah.
Gee,
Almost 5 yards per carry.
impressive. Okay. I
Alright.
would not have gone Marlon Mack.
Back to the receivers. Alright. Player number 1 played 14 games. He caught 76 receptions for 1,028 yards and 7 touchdowns. Player 2 played 15 games, so 1 more game.
Yeah.
Only had 70 receptions and 1,063 yards.
How many touchdowns?
5. So player number 1
That's
has
tough.
2 more touchdowns. 35 less receiving yards. And 6 more receptions.
Oh, so definitely got 2 more touchdowns. Who I'd take.
Alright?
I want to say one Stephon Diggs.
No.
What are their ages?
Oh, ages are, one of them is 25, or maybe he's 26. Gotta look this up really quick. 25. the other. I think he might be
1,000 yards. I really. Oh.
25. 24. Player number 1 is 24.
I want to say one of them's Keenan. Not. Is it one Alshon?
Nope.
Okay.
They're 24 and 25 years old.
Okay. If I went through like every team in my mind, I feel. Is one Emmanuel Sanders?
No.
Jeez. Okay.
They're mid. They're like this year they were looked at as like wide receiver 2s. At one point, both of them had a spurt where this guy's wide receiver 1. Like something happened. One is in the AFC and one is in the NFC. And neither of their teams made the playoffs.
Oh, okay. I can definitely get that then. I'm gonna say I don't think it's Corey Davis. No, it's not Corey Davis.
Corey Davis didn't even have 900 receiving yards.
Yeah, he's too young. I can definitely get. Ooh, Jarvis Landry.
Both of them did not start the year as their team's number 1.
Oh, did they end the year?
One of them definitely did. The other one by default was because of circumstance.
That's really tough, actually. I'm going through all these teams that didn't make the playoffs in my head, and I don't know, who is it?
Player number 1 is Tyler Boyd.
I should have got that.
And you took him over player number 2, which is Kenny Galladay.
Yeah. Kenny Galladay, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about
You'd
that.
still take him over Tyler next year?
Yes. Well, yes. Because we knew you were coming back. Yeah. I should have got it. I didn't think Kenny Galladay had that many friends. But, okay. That was a good one. I did not get those guys.
And the last player comparison is 2 running backs.
Okay.
This one is crazy to me. Well, not as crazy as the Marlon Mack David Johnson one. But I had to figure out a way to fit this guy in here. Alright, both of them played 14 games.
Okay. Running backs.
Running backs. Player number 1 had 1,151 yards at 4.7 yards per carry. Player number 2 had 1,168 rushing yards. So player number 2 had 17 more rushing yards.
Okay, so it really
Player number 1 had
good.
9 touchdowns. Player number 2 had 8 touchdowns.
Really neck and neck.
Here's where the difference comes in, is in the receiving. I wish I could have found one with closer receiving, but player number 1 has 20 receptions. Player number 2 has 43. Player number 1 has 0 touchdowns, and player number 2 has 1.
Receiving yards.
1 receiving touchdown.
Receiving yards.
Receiving yards, player number 1, 163, and player number 2, 296. Which player would you rather have?
So player number 2 has advantage in receiving and 1 more touchdown, right?
1 last touchdown.
Uh,
Technically the same amount of
Okay,
touchdowns
yeah.
because he has a...
okay, I'll take the guy that has more receiving yards then. And are they both in the same conference?
No.
Okay.
Both of them almost had 1,200 rushing yards.
And they've played 14 games.
Both of them were rookies last year.
Not Matt Breda. Okay. Oh, is one of them Parker Lindsay?
No.
Not Dalvin Cook.
Not Dalvin.
Nah, no, it's not Dalvin Cook. Pretty. Not. No. Well, okay, so they're rookies last. I really should get this. Should only do the teams. Ooh, Derrick Henry.
No. I don't think Derrick Henry had... He probably got over 1,000 rushing yards.
So they're both from different conferences.
same team as one of the players we just talked about.
Oh. Oh, I'm guessing a receiver. So that would make it not Lamar Miller. Oh, we didn't even talk about Hopkins. Okay.
We just talked about Tyler Boyd and Kenny Galladay.
Okay, okay, so Joe Mixon
Joe
is definitely
Mixon's-
one of them.
Joe Mixon is player 2.
So the one I
player
said
you-
that
you
had more
chose.
receivers. And then other receivers we talked about were
We haven't talked about this guy's team yet,
okay.
and he's in the NFC.
Oh, okay, I'll definitely get this. Don't want to be too overconfident, but he. Okay, I was gonna say AP for a second. He did not have that good of a season. Aaron Jones?
No.
No, okay, I was gonna be sad if that was him. Three. No.
Here, this will probably give it away.
Oh, I can get this. I can definitely get this. I've already counted out half the teams in my head, so that leaves just Chris Carson.
Yes.
Chris Carson. It's definitely Chris. Okay.
Chris Carson had a crazy year.
Yeah. Very.
Out
One of
of
my top
nowhere.
5 breakout guys, probably.
Are you worried about Rashad Penny next year?
More than I was this year.
I was more worried about him last year,
Rashad Penny. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
I
Last
thought
year?
Rashad was gonna have like the majority of the. I guess I wasn't
Last
worried because
year?
I.
Oh, you mean
going
preseason?
Into, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't think he would. I guess I wasn't worried because I just assumed he would be the number
Yeah,
one.
he was going 4th round in a lot of drafts. People were huge on him, so he's not
Yeah.
going to be very high. I don't think he'll be drafted in our league for sure. The 18.
Oof,
There-
probably not.
I guarantee he won't league because of Chris Carson. Okay, that was pleasantly surprising, except for Kenny Galladay. Disappointed I couldn't get those quicker. So, since Andrew is not here, I figured, and we're very short on time. We're 32 minutes in. I was
Oh.
thinking, what's the big thing that's coming up? What's a big event
The
that's coming up?
Super Bowl,
No.
conference championships.
No.
In the NFL world,
No.
in our world,
No.
big event finals.
It's the All-Star games, though.
All-Star-
And I figured, since
Oh.
Andrew's not here, we could do a smooth transition to talking about who we think
Oh.
should be the All-Star starters in each conference.
Oh yes.
All-Star
I like that.
roster. 12 players, 5 starters.
Hopefully you guys like NBA.
Yeah. Oh, and if not, then we can draw in a whole new type of crowd
Oh,
with
yes.
our 30 minutes to talk about this.
Yes.
So, right
Okay.
now, just some quick surprises in the voting. Luka Doncic is second in front court in the West.
Behind LeBron.
Yeah, and second overall in the West, actually.
Jeez.
So,
That's
Kyle
insane.
Kuzma is 8th in the front court in the West.
What?
Lonzo Ball is 8th in the back court in the West.
I wonder if 8 is enough to make the team.
I think this is only for starters or something.
Mm.
It's not for making the team. Derrick Rose is second among guards in the West.
Wow. Behind Harden?
Curry. Harden's third because it started a while ago.
Does Doncic have more votes than Curry?
Oh, yeah.
For some reason I thought.
Yeah,
Wow.
he does.
That's
He has-
so he has the most votes.
he
The
has-
second most overall.
In the West, he has third most overall. Giannis has the most. Giannis has second most. Then we have Vince Carter second, 7th most in the front court in the East. Dwayne Wade
what's he-
second most among guards. Kyrie's basically a shoo-in for starting guard in the East because he's winning by like 2 million votes. It's a really weak guard class in the East this year. So,
Unfortunately.
just a really weak East in general. All right. So, how about we just go one by one? First starters, point guard, East.
Who we think?
Yeah, starting guards, 2 starting guards.
Okay. Okay. East first.
Yeah, who we think it should be.
I mean, I can't think of anyone other than Kyrie.
Yeah, definitely Kyrie. Second one, I think I could Kemba. He's been doing so much.
Ooh. I mean, who else is there an argument for?
Ben Simmons is, I guess, a guard, which I don't like.
Yeah.
But
I'm only
Oladipo,
putting him in a small
yeah.
forward.
I think it has to be Kemba, honestly.
Wow, the East is a lot weaker than I
really
thought.
weak. Yeah, huge drop off after those guys. So then front court East, 3 forwards or 2 forwards in the center.
Okay, in the East, I almost said LeBron.
Yeah.
Definitely Giannis.
You have to go Giannis, yeah. Then definitely Kawhi.
100%.
And then I think it's really easy actually because then you go Joel Embiid at center.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you can go really any other way, honestly. Jimmy
The
Butler,
only
Blake
thing
Griffin.
that could mess this whole thing up is they've got the draft.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just think talking about who we think should be
Who
starters.
would be
Yeah,
starters.
who we think should be starters.
Yeah.
So I think.
Oh yeah, they name starters and then they mix them up in a draft.
And then coaches name the roster and then they draft. And
Okay.
it's gonna be televised this year,
I'm so
which I'm
excited for that.
definitely gonna watch.
100%.
So yeah, I think it's super obvious actually for starters in the East. Like it's
In the East.
very set out and clear.
Kyrie.
Kyrie, Kemba, Giannis, Kawhi, Embiid. I don't really think there's a case for anyone else. Honestly.
Ben Simmons really the only one for me.
I guess unless you want
Or
to give D-Wade.
Kyle Lowry.
No.
He's been playing really well for the.
Really?
He's
He's having like 21 a game, 22.
Yeah. The Raptors just in general have been great.
Yeah, Let's
West.
see. Kyle Lowry this season. He's
Kawhi's been hurt some. And
Yeah,
Kyle's
he's been
taking
hurt
a load.
some. Oh, 13.9 points per game.
Kyle Lowry?
9.5 assists per game, so that makes up for it, I think.
Huh.
And then he's shooting 42%.
From the field?
Yeah. 1.5
That's
steals.
fine.
Yeah. Not enough to beat out Kemba, though.
No.
So, starters for the East.
West.
I mean, yeah, West. It gets so much more hard here because it's insanely stacked talent.
For me, I think
I think it's
the
easy
top
for guard.
4 are really easy. I'm just thinking
Oh.
about center.
Oh,
No, never
for-
mind.
Okay,
I
for
know.
guard.
I 100% know my lineup
Okay.
now.
For guard, I think it's super easy.
Steph.
Steph
Yeah.
and Harden.
Harden.
Yeah, okay, I think that's really easy. Like, Westbrook is the next guy, but he doesn't even come
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's like the worst shooter in the NBA now for some reason. He's gone down
I think
a
the
lot.
small forward, power forward combo is pretty clear too.
Yeah, just forwards in general.
Yeah.
Are you going
LeBron,
and
KD.
KD?
Yeah.
I think you could sneak Paul George in there. He's beating KD.
I mean, you absolutely
Loads.
could. You could honestly make a
They're
case for him
interchangeable.
over LeBron
Yeah.
because of his injury.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because LeBron sat out like 10 games so far.
Oh, he sat out for at least 13, and it's the first time he's missed that many games in a row in his career.
In a row. Oh, what does he have again?
Groin strain
Yeah.
or pulled groin.
Yeah.
He said, "I felt it pop."
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I would go KD. I think you have to put in there. He's
Mhm.
doing so well.
Would you go Paul and LeBron?
I think I'd go for Paul George, honestly, because
I can see that.
he's been all the games,
Yeah.
and the Thunder are doing so much better. Like the Lakers are arguably even though they lost to the Cavs,
Right.
actually, they're obviously not better
Without LeBron.
They're obviously not better without LeBron, but they were for a little bit they were playing better without. So, definitely those guys, and then
for center.
for
me,
either a
it's-
third forward or a center.
I feel like it's Nikola Jokic.
I think it's either Anthony Davis or Jokic.
Oh my God, I forgot about
Yeah.
Anthony Davis.
It's so
Um,
close though.
I hate that I forgot it. Yeah, I think I'd give the edge to Anthony.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's so tough. Like it's literally a coin toss.
Are the Nuggets still
No,
the number one
the
seed?
Warriors beat them, so they got the number 1 seed.
Oh, that's
It's
too bad.
they were gonna keep it.
They'll make the playoffs.
But, oh yeah, they'll make the playoffs, but they're not gonna be a top 3 seed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really close between Davis and Jokic. So then 7 bench players for each conference. Choosing it's gonna
Just
come,
7 random.
Yeah,
Or the top players
it's gonna be really thin in the East for sure. So
in the East.
Simmons, you have to
Definitely.
put in there.
I think.
Blake, you have to
Kyle.
put Blake Griffin. You have to put Blake Griffin. He's having a
What's he
career
doing
year.
this year?
26 points per game, 9
Oh,
rebounds,
fine,
5
fine.
on the best. Okay, but Blake Griffin is there. Oladipo.
Yes, absolutely. Number 1 in the league in clutch.
but he's averaging 19 a game. Yeah, I'll also put him on. It's so weak. I have to put him on.
No one can see me, I
Yeah.
realize, but I just shrugged.
So that's 3 right there.
Yeah.
And were you saying Kyle Lowry?
I was saying Kyle.
Yeah. All right. It's thin enough that he's a shit. So that's 4.
Other big men in the East, do they exist?
I don't know. I don't want to put Jimmy Butler in there. Oh, Bradley Beal. I think you have to put Bradley Beal.
He had such a crazy game, like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, I remember. He had
Like
40,
48,
yeah,
15, and
something
10.
close to 50.
Like,
Triple
over
double.
80 fantasy points.
I know. He was on trade block before, and now he might be taken off.
I feel like they should keep him over John Wall this month.
Yeah, they can't trade John Wall. Like I literally don't think any team
Wants
would
him.
or could afford his contract. I know the Pistons. It seems crazy, but I would love the Pistons to get him. But they
John Wall?
Yeah, because just like even though they're throwing all their future away, A, they can't draft people. They literally can't. B, just think about this: a big 3 of John Wall, Blake Griffin, and Andre Drummond. The rest of the team is just crap. But
It's a decent big 3.
if you think about it,
I don't
could
think
make
it
a push to the Eastern Conference Finals if everything goes right. It's conceivable.
It's conceivable.
And that would just be so entertaining. That'd be so like that's throwing away their future for the next 5 years. But
As a Pistons fan, would you take it?
yeah, I would take it, but it's never happening because I can't afford it. Because
How
you
much
can't
is
have
it?
Blake Griffin and John Wall's contract in the same team. It's literally impossible. So
Oh, that's right. The Clippers did a sign and trade.
yeah, Drew
Oh.
Blake, he put a 44 on them, so
Good.
it evened it out. So that's 5 right there.
Yeah.
If we're looking at big men, I'd say Andre Drummond. It might be over, but
I don't even know if
think
there's anyone
about it.
else you can.
think about it.
I can't say anyone else.
All right. So now, Chris Middleton's in there. Zach LaVine's in there. He's averaging like 23 and 24.
I like Chris Middleton a lot.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler.
Oh, I think we got it.
Yeah.
We got it.
I'm not. Oh, we have different points on that.
Just by a hair. He's
He
gotta
runs
be
so
one of the
thin.
top 13 players in the East.
Here, let me see how he's doing so far because I don't know. He's been causing the team so much trouble. Like even if it like statistically he's doing fine. Let me see. On the Timberwolves, are we counting the Timberwolves stats? Because okay, on Timberwolves he averaged 21.3 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, which is like a solid
that's
season.
good.
On the 76ers so far, 18.7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.8 steals.
A little dip in points, but still pretty much a 20-point per game
Yeah.
score.
So the question is, does he beat out Middleton or Levine?
Definitely Levine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But-
They're both pretty much cancers to the teams. Not cancer, but bad.
Middleton?
No, Levine.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear about the player, the player union at Chicago that they had to
No.
vote before everything now, and they had to vote before like they fired like a few or someone. They just like vote before. Let me look this up. It's like they just formed a People's Player Court. Okay, I can't find it, but it's something really weird where just the players like aren't showing up to practice and like going together, but it's weird.
Huh.
I think I go Jimmy Butler though.
Yeah.
But if we're like talking a final vote's Butler. You know, like they have the final vote, right?
Oh yeah.
Butler, Middleton, Levine, maybe Horford or Tatum.
Yeah, I'd like. Yeah.
And then,
The East is kind of thin.
ooh, I've heard people are like, I heard, what's his name? Something. Oh my god, my memory's so
What team's he on?
loads. No, it's Zach Lowe was saying that Vucevic is a shoe-in
For the
for the
All-Star
All-Star
game?
game. Nikola Vucevic.
For the Magic?
Yeah, here I'm looking up his.
I can't believe he's still on the Magic.
So this season he's doing 20.2 points per game,
Whoa.
11.9 rebounds per
Whoa.
game, 3.8 assists per game,
Holy crap.
1 steal, 1 block,
Okay.
and he's shooting 53%.
Okay, yeah, I
Is that
think
weird?
that's worthy of an All-Star spot.
So over Drummond, over Butler,
I'd
over
put-
Lowry.
What's Drummond doing?
Um,
Is he doing 22 and
Not-
11?
he's putting up 15 rebounds a game. I'll give him that. I think he's averaging 16.7 points per
16
game.
and 15?
16, 15, 50% field goal, 1.6 steals, 1.7 blocks.
Okay, so maybe Vucevic over Butler.
I'd go with that. Okay, I'm fine.
Fair.
All right. And now the West, where it gets insanely tricky because
So it's like the opposite, where there's
Yeah.
too many good players.
you
So I
could
think
make a
Westbrook-
case that a guy that we leave out a 12-man roster on the West could start for the East at guard. Like we're probably gonna leave Clay or someone
Yeah.
like that out, and they would start over Kemba. No, okay, he wouldn't start over Kemba, but you could make a case for it.
So we have either the alternate. We both said Paul George and LeBron in our starting
Yeah,
lineup. So
so
the one
that's
of them
one.
is in
Then
Yeah.
Jokic
Jokic,
is 2.
Westbrook,
Westbrook, Lillard,
Lillard.
34.
Could you say Karl Anthony Towns All-Star?
Oh yeah, I think I put him in there. I'm just gonna shoot him in there. So that's 5.
I don't think Chris Paul.
No, he's missed way too many games. Luka Doncic, who's getting so many votes.
Absolutely.
Really? He comes down to 5 for me. I'll see who else is there. I'm fine with him. Him, Klay Thompson, DeRozan, because you're gonna have to leave.
We said
probably
Kawhi Leonard, right?
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking for
I freaked out there for a sec. Okay, yeah. So
there's LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan.
I'm saying no, LaMarcus. DeMar maybe. Let me check out what he's doing because I'm pretty sure he's been having a pretty good season.
You could argue for C.J. McCollum.
I see. That's been great. DeMar's averaging 21.7, 6 and 6.
Okay.
Just solid. I actually do think I go Doncic because he's been so good for the Mavs.
Oh yeah.
that he's been contributing to that. So that's 6 if we're
So
saying Towns.
one more player then.
So candidates would be DeRozan,
Clay.
Draymond, Clay.
I
Hey,
will
okay,
not
fine,
let Draymond,
fine.
man.
I'll accept that. Draymond. I mean Clay, DeRozan, LaMarcus, I guess. Steven Adams, Clint Capella, maybe.
Maybe.
Think about
I'd
it,
take the
sure.
other guys over him.
Not Colin Gasol anymore.
No.
Ooh, Gobert, Mitchell, Booker. Maybe some of those guys.
Gobert, Mitchell, and Booker. I think all these guys should be allowed.
I know, it's so tough. Last one, I think it comes down Clay, DeRozan, or Clay or DeRozan, I think.
What's the Suns record?
Not good.
I want to put Devin Booker in there, but
He's averaging 24.3, 4 rebounds, 7 assists.
Devin Booker to me is like the trying to make me
David Johnson?
someone who still seems so young for his age, but it feels like he's been in the league
Oh.
enough to be like 26. There's a player I was thinking about.
Like,
Oh,
what?
you're gonna hate me. I know who it was.
Who?
It's Juju.
It does not feel like he got good last year.
It feels like he should be, or I guess it feels like he should be. Maybe I feel like he should be younger, and then his age still surprises me. But they just feel like the equivalent, like just a superstar, young phenom.
Superstar. I don't know about superstar. Okay, yeah, he's having a good enough season. I'll put him in over Clay and DeRozan, even though it really hurts.
It's tough. This is what happened in the West. Like I wish we could take guys from the West and replace them with.
I swear that's gonna happen in the next 10 years. It's gonna be like the Pro Bowl.
They should make it like Wait, did they not do that in the Pro Bowl? They just
Yeah,
take
they
the
just
best players?
draft out of the pool.
Oh, that's
Wait,
awesome.
never mind. Actually, that's not true. No, they do. Like they do the same. They do no. So they take like 3 running backs backs from each
Yeah.
conference, and then they draft out of that pool. So the
right.
conference is mixed in the game, but they still have to choose 3, and at least one from each team.
I don't think we've talked about Pro Bowl snubs.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's talk about that then.
I think the biggest outcries were about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady both making the Pro Bowl, and Andrew Luck and Russell Wilson missing it.
I think Andrew Luck under Tom Brady is a way bigger travesty than Russell Wilson with Aaron Rodgers. Personally,
I agree with that.
I think
Andrew Luck
no
super deserved to be in.
I agree with that. So, and then there's the thing with running backs is there's amazing ones that got snubbed, like C-Mac and Alvin
Yeah.
Kamara, but they probably should have been, honestly. Like, it was it Barkley,
Gurley, and Zeke.
Yeah, and I can't argue
You
with
can't
that.
take them out. I mean,
Yeah. It's just-
the NFC's
it's-
running backs are just
running backs are just great.
But Philip Lindsay made it.
Oh, yeah, okay. AFC is not that good. It was probably James Conner.
Melvin
Should have
Gordon,
been. Oh, Sean Gordon did make it.
and Philip Lindsay. I'm just
Did I-
trying to think.
Sorry, I just realized I called him Parker Lindsay earlier. I don't know why, but I do that.
I'm
can't.
trying to think of a player
Yeah,
that did better than Philip
I
Lindsay
know.
this year.
That is disappointing, actually.
But it feels like all the good running backs are in the NFC. All the
yeah,
best
I mean,
ones.
Nick Chubb, if he was playing for most of
Mhm.
the season, but he wasn't. Yeah.
Based on the story, I feel bad that I'm not a bigger Philip Lindsay fan.
I'm not worried. Everyone's huge on him.
I like him as a person. I just have super worries about him in the future.
I
of
like you
fantasy.
adding super to everything. I like that. I like the addition of super to everything.
I can't think of anything else.
No, I like that.
But
It makes-
I am super worried
emphasize it. Yeah.
about Philip Lindsay
Why?
because he's different than players like Alvin Kamara. He is small, but he runs between the tackles and he doesn't really catch the ball that much. So I think his days are numbered.
Yeah.
He's undrafted, which it makes his story a lot more awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't think it helps him in the long run.
Yeah, I think at this stage it's not that big of a thing, other than having a really low contract. But I think they've determined it. It's such a weird thing that Royce Freed was drafted this like second, third round,
And they still have him,
and
which
yeah,
is
they
another
have
worry for
and
me.
Little Lindsay's. But I think they've just determined that Lindsay's better. Like
Yeah.
Booker is out. Devonta Booker.
He
He's
still
out.
gets passing
he-
work against me.
Yeah, he might throw for interceptions, but
I like Lindsay.
yeah.
I feel guilty not being as high on him going into next year.
Okay. So let me ask you, if taking out Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and Mark Ingram, what's the biggest, not worry or concern, but what's the biggest thing that you're wondering next year? Because for me, it's Tampa Bay backfield. I feel like some of them
Oh.
can emerge from that really well, and I'm just, like Ronald Jones, Peyton Barber.
And maybe they
Guy
draft
in
a
there.
guy. Or sign a guy.
They could, yeah.
Mine is kind of similar to you, actually. It's the Seattle backfield.
Oh, see, I feel
Because-
like it's Chris Carson.
Because Rashad Penny was a a first round pick.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna try to use him, and he started getting a little more used towards the end of the year. But I want Seattle's number one running back. I just don't know who it is.
Do we know that Chris Carson's more talented? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Is Alfred Rashad is Rashad Penny arguably more talented than Chris Carson?
You can yeah, it's arguable.
Yeah, it is Rashad
Chris-
Penny.
Chris Carson
Okay.
was a later round draft pick.
Yeah.
than Rashad.
But he did so insanely well.
They're both really good,
Yeah.
which I'm just scared. That's all I can say.
Stay away from Seattle backfield if they don't have this figured. Even if they do have it
I think-
figured out.
I think-
air quotations. I wouldn't draft either.
I think that would be my number one handcuff going into the year.
Okay, I can get behind that. Unless
I
Mark
think.
Ingram stays.
Yeah, unless I don't know. I might take because if one of them goes down, and we've seen both of them have the ability to get hurt.
Oh, if one of them gets injured.
That other guy is in for 20 plus carries a game.
I would hesitate with Rashawn Penny. There's another guy, don't there?
Mike Davis.
Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Okay, never mind. If one of them gets injured, yeah, I'd go big on it.
Because I would love if I knew which one.
Yeah,
I'd love it. Like
I guess.
almost RB1.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as huge on them, but I can see it for sure. All right. Is anything else we want to get to? We're at just about an hour.
Oh, one more stat.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you can guess this.
Yeah.
There were only 3 players this year that broke 1,500 receiving yards.
Oh,
Can you guess
okay,
it?
yeah. Julio, of course.
Easy.
Michael Thomas.
No.
Hopkins.
Hopkins. He was 2.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
That was it.
I think Mike Evans.
Mike Evans was number 3.
Yeah, no, he had a great season. I'm telling you, he's going to be insane next year.
I want him to be. I've got him on my dynasty. one of my 16 team
Remember
Superflex
that.
dynasties.
There's going to be too many to keep track of next year.
Andrew.
You're gonna.
I'm doing 2 more, and Andrew's joining 2.
I just can't understand how you can have so many conflicting things when you're watching the games. Like
It diversifies my pain, but it also diversifies my happiness.
like you're rooting for almost every single player you see. You're gonna be in
Which
like
is
5 leagues.
I want all the players. Like
But then you're gonna be playing against one. But then you're gonna be playing one.
exactly.
And then you won't know. I always like to have one league where I'm just like, yeah,
Those are your guys.
That's the league.
Like because of my dynasty leagues, I was able to be a part of the Adam Thielen hype
Yeah.
and the Christian McCaffrey hype.
Yeah. I can get
And
that.
I
But does that make it more special when you're just like, when that one guy comes along and you're just like, oh,
I
actually
would say
got him.
yes, but I felt like I drafted so well this year, and it came down to just a BS loss against
No,
Andrews.
yeah.
I'm gonna say it. His team is far inferior to mine.
Andrew won't hear that because he doesn't.
I
listen.
tell Andrew.
Andrew might actually listen to this because he wasn't on it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Andrew, if you're listening, your team is so much better than yours.
So yeah, we'll have to see next year what happens to your team in the playoffs. I want to see if it's an actual like curse with your team.
Oh,
Because if
God.
it happens a third time, I will be into it.
Oh
Right
no.
now I'm borderline like, does Simon's team have a problem in playoffs? Even though it's weird.
2 years in a row, I got the 1 seed and lost in the first round to a team I feel like I should have beat. But
Yeah, if it happens a third year in a row, I might have to start fully believing. I don't know. We'll see.
on that note, we'll keep you guys
Yeah,
updated
we'll
on
keep
the
you posted.
curse.
We'll have, dare I say, a mega blowout Super Bowl preview. Multiple actually.
Maybe a live Super Bowl podcast.
A live Super Bowl podcast. I'd like that. Not for the whole Super Bowl, but like for
It'll
like
be
a-
us sitting and watching in silence for most of it.
It'll be our reactions to the Super Bowl halftime
Yeah.
show.
Exactly.
But yeah, we'll see you guys next week talking about the Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
recapping this round of the playoffs, maybe talking Pro Bowl, but I doubt it.
Maybe Andrew will be back, hopefully.
Hopefully, but I wouldn't count on it. This is I couldn't agree with you less. We'll see you next week.